So guys, here is the official post, November 11 from yesterday here, with the event, 1,000 Hearts Flutter at Caltheon Ball. So November 16 to December 6. 1,000 Wells Heart and 1,000 Garmoth Hearts and Guaranteers are going to be given away. So we've had one of these events in the past. The way it works is you'll be able to get these coins, and you can buy a lottery ticket for these items. And whenever somebody wins, there's gonna be extraction for them, I believe. Here are the things, the different items. The coins, you're gonna be getting them by doing an event quest, most likely. I believe that's how it normally is, and then it's a raffle to enter and win these. The last time they had it, you could get like weapon exchange coupons and like 10 Black Star weapons and things like that. So this is definitely a step up in it. Let's take a look here. Let's read through it. The number of available items are updated every week over 3 weeks. For example, Garmoth Heart total 1,000 week 1, and then total 1,000 week 1, 200 week 2, 3, etc., up to 5. The number you see here is the amount available to win for any given week, right? So the first week, you'll see like here, these, I believe every time somebody wins them, it's gonna tick down and update, so you'll know if they are sold out on the raffle tickets, so don't go for them, right? But then week 1, there'll be 200 Garmoth Hearts, week 2, there's gonna be 300, and then the final week, there's gonna be 500 Garmoth Hearts up for snatch. And it's for 3 weeks, every day, while we're waiting for the Caltheon Ball. So here, how do you get them? You play for 30 minutes to 120 minutes every day to obtain the seals. Then you use these seals to enter the instant raffle to obtain items. And I do believe that when you buy one of the tickets, you will instantly be able to know if you won or not. So you don't have to wait for anything. You buy the items, it'll pop up, I've told you if you won. But wait, it's still not over. Even if you don't win the raffle, you'll get a J-Hammer. And this J-Hammer looks to be without an expiration date. Log in every day to win the raffle. So over these 3 weeks, there's going to be 1,000 Wells Heart, 1,000 Garmoth Heart, and 1,000 Guaranteers, among other things. So here it looks like we have Cronstone bundles, and we have 2k Cronstones. This right here looks to be a weapon exchange box. If I remember correctly, this right here is a triple exchange, so you get both your main hand, awakening, and offhand exchange coupons in this box. I can't translate it, but I think that's recognized it. This here is probably going to be a EXP swap coupon. I'm guessing it's going to be like 100 stack, and then we even have some Rebellious Crystals over here from by Quantum, who's lost like 20 of those. And of course, no surprise, really, right? The better the things are, they also cost more seals. And there's probably a lower chance of getting them, right? Because more people are going to want them. So, it says 120 stack. Okay, so that should be 120 stack. Yeah. You get a J-Hammer no matter what. Even if you don't win, you'll be able to get a J-Hammer. So don't save your seals or anything. I'm guessing that as long as you are participating in it, you will get. My guess is every time you don't win, you get probably like a token. And then at the end of it, you can just, with these tokens, even if you win, you probably get a token per seal you spend. Yeah, like here, right? You see, you probably have these. And then when you spend them, you probably get these tokens here. And at the end, you can probably buy with these tokens here, your J-Hammer. I believe that's how it did last time. So you got like, every time you spend a token, you got a secondary type token. And with that, you could buy something. And I'm guessing you can buy the J-Hammer. So you should be guaranteed getting a J-Hammer no matter what, as long as you participate. Every day, over 3 weeks, 1,000 of each. Oh, here we go. So there's 2k Cronstones. There is 120 stacks. 6k and 2k of those. And yeah. Didn't win anything from the raffle. No need to be sad. If you don't win, you'll receive Caltheon coins exchange, as I expected. J-Hammers will also be available for exchange after November 22. So yeah, you can probably just buy it straight up. Ooh. You can also get mythical feathers and 200 fern roots. A variety of rewards are available for exchange. So it looks like you probably don't even need all of these coins. You can probably buy the J-Hammer with the coins and more stuff. That is pretty crazy. There you go. So absolutely giga. And then, as already mentioned, Halcyon Ball is announced officially for December 16. So, let me check. Yeah. So Halcyon Ball announced for December 16, and you know what that means. If you want to watch it, I'll be streaming it. I'll be sitting here at home chilling. And if you want to watch it together, don't forget to tune in at my channel on Twitch.tv/bprimegaming. And we'll watch it live, we'll react to it live, it's gonna be great. So today we are taking a look at the latest dev talk. We covered the last one 2 weeks ago almost, where following the big drama in Korea, Jay, the CEO of Pearl Abyss, had a dev talk, and he did announce that they were gonna make a second dev talk, and they were looking to also do Halcyon Ball in December. And I can already tell you now, there is a Halcyon Ball announcement, and there's also going to be a third dev talk in November. So a lot of more information coming out, and we're going to be watching this here. So if you guys want to catch this stuff live, then go and check out my stream at Twitch.tv/perceptionsprime. I'm going to react to it live right now, and shout out to the man of the screen, Huey Hotbar. I will link his channel, both his YouTube and his Twitch, down in the description. He's a Korean streamer. He streams in English. He's an awesome dude. Super cool, super nice, crazy geared, knowledgeable. Check him out if you guys enjoy any sort of video content. He is definitely one to watch. So yeah, let's dive into it. I haven't watched this yet. This is his video from the live stream. He was reacting to it and translating, since he is Korean, but he streams in English. So he's doing translations. A lot of stuff we know is from him. Probably the NA EU dev team and all that. Oh, sorry, the GMs will put out a translated version. But the last time around, there are so much details missing that we didn't get, but we got it from Huey. So I'm going to be watching his video on it, and let's dive in and see what's coming up in this episode of the Dev Talk.
Okay, I'm going to review...
So this here right here that you're seeing on the screen is actually like after the entire thing. Huey compiled a list. It's on my Discord if you guys want to check it out there. But otherwise you can find it here in the video as well, which I will link in the description. But this right here is afterwards. Huey made like a long list of all the things, and the way this video here is going to be constructed, it looks like is he's going to go through the different things and show in the dev talk where they're talking about it. So I guess we can do a quick summary if you guys want to know. I'll read up the main points of what's going on here, the big changes, and then we'll go into the details along the way. So I know a lot of people just want the TLDR. So this is the list that he's also showing on screen right now. Jay, who is the CEO of Black Desert, is going to read a lot of feedback. They keep saying this, and they keep doing this. They actually do read the feedback and official forums in Korea, and listen to it a lot of the times. There's also some chicken coupons viewers for who knows what that is. They are also going to be looking at guides for new players, official video guide for new players. So they're putting me out of business. Thank you, PA. He's also going to read like all the posts. Let's go on here. They're working on content that's talked about last official stream. That's the crystals, the add-ons, the Gamma Heart. We saw that in this week's Global Lab. So if you guys missed that video, check it out. Next up, they're saying here like there's stuff about Arena of Solara. Permanent Arena of Solara, there's some big changes here. They are going to be talking about Arsha. They are looking to make some Arena of Solara updates this year. Again, some more Arena of Solara stuff. They're talking about outfits. There'll be C content talks. They are going to make some UI updates because people like myself use the notepad for combo stuff. They are going to talk a bit about the Blackstones, the meal, and the elixir stuff that they're trying to improve. So they hinted at treasure items to give full elixir rotations and elixir buffs last dev talk. they'll probably touch a bit more about it. They'll be talk about class balance, and let's see what else is there. There's some stuff about evasion classes in PvE. Currently, evasion doesn't work at the newest in-game spots, so even evasion classes with builds are getting DR gear for PvE only, like Organ Boots. They also talk a bit about damage numbers, which are not coming. Finally, there are some new updates apparently to Shai with tagging weapons, so that should be interesting to see what they go in there. And there is also some convenience stuff they're gonna cover. And some big things as well. With PvP, they're gonna talk a bit more about the changes and things for PvP. Character stuff, boat stuff, sea content, and like a few more different like with questions. He'll cover it in the video, so I'm not gonna go through into details here. And let's see here, something else that's worth talking about. Changes to login, Lara questing, PvP silver. They're going to be talking about that as well today. Crystal slots, they'll talk about that. And they're going to talk about Kuranda and Kudum Heart. They are potentially going to make them sellable. On top of that, they are announcing some stuff, and I guess if you guys are skipping to the end, I'll just put it in here. Caltheon Ball is announced for December 16. They are also going to doing a raffle before the ball, where they're going to give away 1,000 Wells Heart, 1,000 Garmoth Hearts, and 1,000 Guaranteers. It's going to be an RNG event. We don't really know if this is Korea only, or if this is going to be like a global giveaway. Hopefully they're gonna do it in all the regions, but there should be some chances of getting more of those items into the server, so that's great. Also, big info here: we're gonna be getting a J-Hammer before the Caltheon Ball. Before Caltheon Ball, we'll be giving out a J-Hammer. There will be an event that you have to partake in to get it, and it should go live already next week. The J-Hammer does not have an expiration date. So that's normally all J-Hammers have an expiration date. This one is not going to have one. You can keep it for eternity, future content and all that stuff as well. There was also some things, I believe, about progression and upgrading and things like that. But we'll dive into it. This was just a cliff notes. Let's check it out.
Jay's official late night stream.
Do you guys have an idea about what we're going to expect?
An official web only this time. Because last time Jay read the chat, it wasn't good enough.
Let's watch this.
Viewers, chatters, they only say what they want, so it's hard to communicate with chat, right? You can talk only one topic. You cannot talk only one topic because chatters, they want to talk what they want to talk, right? And 100 chicken coupons was raffled, but I don't think I got it. Anyone got one Korean chicken? Anyone got Korean chicken coupon? Can you share it? So I can eat chicken.
I mean, I just want to put it out there that Korean chicken is best chicken.
Okay. There was one pause on that.
That could be.
And it was about guide for a new player. It wasn't that important, but it was super good guide. So they are preparing video official guide. They said sorry for players because that's our job. But adventural players making their own guide for their players, right? Players for players, right? And it's their job, BDO's job to make guide, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it can always be hard. Like there's a reason that there's content creators and stuff like that, and guides is huge for a game. Is because it there's so many ways of doing it, right? And it can be hard to get it in there, but it's good. Like one of the still big issues and complaints is new players being lost, and having to go to third-party websites like YouTube, etc. to find guides. It's great. They're doing something to improve this. Lots to see it.
AOS from November.
Oh, this is Giga.
From November, AOS Arena of Solaire will be permanently open for and more rewards.
So about this, the permanent open stuff as far as I'm aware, they did specify that some other time, that it would be permanently practice mode. There will still be seasons for ranked. Ranked is not looking to be permanently open. So just keep that in mind. It's not. It doesn't matter, right? It shouldn't be permanently ranked. There should be seasons and all that. But for practice mode, and there's way more. One of the biggest things that we've been talking about and complaining about and wishing for in the community since Arena Solar came out was custom game modes. Custom game modes for this is gonna be giga. Actually being able to host tournaments in this rather than using Arena of Arsha, which is just garbage. So this is going to be really cool because that's coming up here.
Rewards will be not too good.
Yeah.
Because it's you can keep playing it. It's not, there's no limit, right?
I'll just cover this here real quick. I don't want to be constantly just using Hui's video on it. So yeah, they're gonna keep the rewards relatively low on this. So basically, they also said previously they don't want they don't want a PvP to compete with grinding at all. But they did also previously say they're going to increase the value and the silver gains and the rewards from PvP. But grinding, life skilling, etc. will still be way better. So they're just specifying, since you can farm this, and again, I believe the custom games are going to be permanent, not the ranked. The rewards cannot be too good, but there will be some rewards, which is pretty much what people were asking for. And here's as well, when there's ranked, there will be more rewards, right? So the ranks is not permanent. The rank games we're going to have better rewards, and hopefully going to be better than what they've been. And here's the big one. They're preparing custom mode on Arena Solar. And think about like a custom game. You can set up your own lobby, like in Counter-Strike or League of Legends, Dota, whatever. Invite people in, make your own teams. I really hope that they're going to allow us to have different team sizes. So instead of it always being 3v3, if you make a custom game, please let us make it 1 versus 1, 2v2, 5v5, 10 versus 10 if you want to. Please give us the tools of like actually setting up a match for different types of competitive fights, right? It could completely revitalize the tournament, like the player-hosted tournament scene. So that's going to be super cool. I also hope they're going to allow us to choose maps, maybe go random maps, but potentially choose maps and all that stuff. This is really a great opportunity. Right, they're preparing customers finally, so there will be no matching and only inviting players can play. Of course, you have to invite players in the custom, obviously. Observing it. So if you guys don't know, there was a 3 vs 3 World Championship against NA versus EU held at TwitchCon. And it was streamed. It was an official tournament. However, you cannot spectate in Arena Solar. So the way they actually did the tournament was they had the 6 players queue up in a practice mode on a closed server, like a dedicated live server for them, and they queued up in practice modes against each other. And the way they were able to stream it was because they were streaming the player perspective, which also meant that the players had to play in remastered, and they were also, I believe, capped at 60 FPS for the stream, because otherwise it looked garbage, right? They weren't going to be able to play in potato mode, because it needed to look good for stream, so they were playing in remastered with effects on. It was terrible, like for performance for the players, but that's what they had to do to even be able to stream it. So having a spectator in means that the players can play with their own settings and own UIs and own everything for performance, and then you will still be able to stream matches from a spectator point of view. So this is huge for potential tournaments going forward. It's also the big reason why, well, you can't host tournaments with Arena of Solara. You have to use the old school Arena of Arsha, which crashes and bugs and abusable, and there's no equalized gear, so it's either trial characters or it's full gear. So this is just huge. This is such a big thing. The community has been asking for this ever since Arena Solar were first there. They will prepare Arena Solar Championship. All right, let's go down and see what he says with that specifically.
AOS. This is a and play championship. Maybe it's
Maybe,
not fixed.
okay.
They are like thinking of it, maybe preparing. We don't know, but they said it.
The thing is, now it's a possibility, right? So of course they are thinking about the potential of having real tournaments, real championships, which the only proper way to do it is using Arena Solar setting. It's just the best for it. All the other stuff is way too outdated. So there is a chance that we'll see more like tournaments like this, potentially region tournaments, potentially worlds. But again, I would not read too much into it, and I don't think it's gonna be crazy or anything like that. I don't think BDO is esports ready, and I do fear that if they give too much weight onto the Arena of Solar stuff in terms of real competition, sanctioned tournaments and all that, it's going to demand balance. Like class balance, and they already came out and said that they're looking to make classes just good at what they're good at. They pretty much gave up making all classes good at everything, and large skill class is going to be good at large skill, 1v1 is going to be good at 1v1, and if they're good at other things, it's fine, but it's not a priority. But if they make tournaments a big deal, then it would be a priority to balance around that, and that's going to skew everything else, right? So I think it's fun if we can get some once in a while, but I doubt it's going to be like the big thing in BDO. They're moving away from a lot of those, right? I think they want full gear as their pinnacle arena still. I agree with this as well. Yeah. As you're saying, it's a big gear incentive, and you cannot forget that gear is monetized, right? Spending money will help you progress. Loot scrolls, costumes, stuff like that. So if you have an incentive for people to progress their character, their gear, there's a higher probability that they're spending money on the game. And BDO and PA, it is a business. Games are businesses, right? So yeah.
They will prepare AOS championship, maybe.
Yeah.
They were talking about Arsha. And,
this one here. I saw this one.
What they said is they want to make Arsha like with your name hidden, right? Your family name hidden.
Yeah.
But still party and platoon one.
Okay, so let me summary here. From the last week, right, when it came to Arsha, their plans right now, and again they announced that was to, when you're on Arsha, you can't see other people's names and guilds. So basically they'll be like ghillie suited permanently. Even when you kill somebody or get killed by somebody, it won't show their names. Furthermore, they are now expanding that to also be that you can't make platoons. So the biggest you can do, again, if this goes through, is a group on Arsha. So also another thing, you can attack guild members and alliance members. Right? So like a guild doesn't really exist when you're on Arsha. So you don't know who you're fighting, potentially, unless you type in chat, right? You don't know who you're fighting. You can fight guildies and allied, and you can only group up as a 5-man group. So platoons don't work with this change here. That's the next information we're getting today. So they're pretty much removing GVGs on Arsha with this. And which is, it's weird because where else can you get sort of GVGs? This morning we had a huge 20 versus 20 GVG. Well, it's like multiple guilds, right? But on Arsha, we were out grinding Olins this morning, and we got jumped by 2 guys. And we were able to kill them. They brought a 3rd, and we were able to kill them. They brought a 4th. Then we brought a 4th. They brought a 5th and 6th. We brought a 5th and 6th. And suddenly it was 20 versus 20, and we went on and we PvP'd for 2 hours straight. Now, in the future, like even if that happens, well, it's going to be 5 versus 5, which is still cool. It's going to be more skirmishy, but it's just really weird. It's just really weird. that they're gonna disable platooning. Okay, so this is my concern with this. It sounds like they are trying to make Arsha an open world RBF, right? Like a free for all open world battleground, which I don't think is gonna work out. The reason that there's like actually still PvP like happening is because people are grinding on Arsha. Like, as my example from this very morning, we were out grinding. And somebody looking for PvP found us, attacked us, and because we were in it, we were like, fuck it, let's PvP. Normally, if we wanted to grind, we would just swap channel. Like, whatever. But we were like, screw it, let's have some fun, let's PvP. And it just escalated. Nobody went like, it just kept getting more and more people, and eventually it was like platoon 20 versus 20. Nobody started a second platoon or anything like that, and it was just fun. But if it turns out to be like a battleground, then are people gonna grind there? Are people gonna run around open world looking for PvP against other people looking for PvP? It's I'm concerned about this. I think it's a really, really weird one. And my biggest concern is that this might then lead to them disabling more PvP in the regular channels. I've said this in the past. Before all of this, even before the Guild Wars exchanges happened, I've said it, and I think it's still happening. There are BDO or PA is trying to move more towards less involuntary PvP and push towards voluntary opt-in PvP. Right? So I could totally see it happening eventually down the road, removing flagging on regular channels, and then you have Arsha for that, or you have all these RBF, Arena Solar, all these like opt-ins PvP scenarios, but trying to reduce it from the open world. And I know there's some people that's gonna love that, but it's a very different foundation of a game than what BDO was built on. So there's also a lot of people that definitely won't be liking that. There's I think there's better ways than completely destroying the foundation of the game. I think they could have improved on it. I've said this as well in another video. I think it would go a long way of reworking how guild decks work. Instead of trying to then remove it, then make it an event, right? If they, a really good suggestion, which I think could make most sides happy, would be to have guild decks be something that if two guilds decked on each other, they could keep it up permanently, just like now. But if you have a guild decking on another guild and it's one-sided, the guild deck would be up for, say, 2 hours. And after that, it would automatically de-deck, and you cannot then redeck the same guild for 48 hours. That way, whenever you had like, guys, do you want to do a GVG? Do you want to like, do we deck on these guys? 2 hours, show up, we're fighting. Or if somebody's trying to grief you in PvE, you can put in a deck. You got 2 hours where you can potentially farm them while you're grinding. But you can't use it to like harass, hunt, and kill another guild that your stronger is by like having up this permanent deck, which was why they took it away in the first place. So I feel like that would be like the best middle ground, where you still have the effects and the value of putting up those guild decks on guilds trying to grief, while also protecting people from being griefed by permanent war decks. But yeah, it doesn't look like they're going that route. The Arsha change here is just super weird, unless we're expecting some more things to happen potentially to push people into Arsha for PvP, which would also push people out of Arsha for grinding. So yeah, I'm not sure who's into this. It really just sounds like they're trying to make the Arsha server an open world battleground. But why would you go and do it, right? Unless there's some sort of incentive as well, because then you're just running around looking for other people to PvP, which again is fun when it happens, but it's not very organic. But yeah, we'll see what happens to this one. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah,
make Arsha like with your name hidden, right? Your family name.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. That's what happened. So that's the Arsha stuff, right? Yeah, that's Arsha. We covered that. Also, Jay is trying to get the AARK update this year. So hopefully this year, and it's November right now, halfway through almost. So there's a good chance that we, we'll actually get it before New Year. Who knew? Who knew? Permanent Arsha practice mode. That's sick.
Like a female outfit, female summer outfit. It's called like a martial outfit or something. Some people didn't want the cape because it looks like tail on the outfit. So.
Okay, let's see here. Outfits, exchange, outfit, wanna... Ooh, okay, wait, let me hear this.
Outfit, female summer outfit. It's called like a martial outfit or something. Some people didn't want the cape because it looks like tail on the...
There's also an issue like with small capes, which unfortunately they're not looking to be able to remove.
The outfit. So, is it next week?
So shift the Sam's alignment?
They said something, sorry. They said something, but I forgot it. They said something, but you can exchange it. I said it. Where's... Yeah, you can exchange it. I think it's next week or something. Yeah.
I still think one of the biggest updates to BDO, like you guys can all cope and seethe over new classes, PvP changes, removing PvP, this and that. One of the biggest changes they could do to BDO, one of the biggest W's, one of the most highly wanted and positively received thing they could do for the game ever would be to separate the cloaks on the costumes. So when you have a costume, you have a cloak slot as well. You could mix and match different cloaks from different outfits. Yeah. You want to turn the community around. All that negativity into positivity, love and harmony. You update outfits to have a separate cloak slot. Yeah. That's what people really want. Fashion.
Next week?
Yeah, so in-game is fashion. It is indeed, man. Right, shit, sorry. So they're also talking about costumes here with the outfits. Apparently they're gonna make like a new costume here in November where you can exchange the cloak, it seems. They're also adding a new farm outfit, which we'll see some images of here in a bit. It actually looks really cool. I wonder if that's gonna have like some farming effects like the cooking outfit, the canopy one. I hope so. For a while, they're going to make outfits not only for one class, for male or female. And they'll try to make better outfits. Again, I'm telling you guys, fashion is the true end game. So let's go over here. Let's take a look at the new outfit. So this is the new outfit. The new farming outfit. I actually love this outfit. I actually really love this outfit. Yeah. I can already see the BMing in PvP. Like actually farming players. I think it's really cool. Yeah, I really like this outfit. It's so basic and like down to earth and everything. And the hat, you just know you're going to be able to make some sick outfit combos with that hat. Oh.
This is new farming outfit in Korea because today, November 11th, is a farming day.
Good morning, Valkyrie.
Look good, yeah. They actually made it well, right?
Yeah, I really like this outfit.
Good. True.
I'm super happy about this outfit. Dude, look at how cute Huey is with that fucking smile and laugh and... Why are you guys not following Huey right now? What a perfect opportunity to go and follow Huey. Look at how cute he is.
They're trying to make it better always. The content, Guild Gallery.
So all the class is funny. I know, it's so good. I love his tamer, and also his Mego. Okay, Huey Mego is
cute. Yeah,
it's
captain. like a second captain. They are preparing Gilgali. Better Gilgali, I think, better than the old one. Sub captain will take more and more time.
Okay.
They saw some people grinding with like a combo guide.
Oh shit! Right. So this is one of the things I've been showing people. You can open an in-game notepad. There's an in-game notepad, and if you're trying to learn a class or whatever, you can just type it in there. It's like really good, really nice. So they apparently saw people do that. That's me. Yeah, it's great for learning a new class. So they're looking to make that better. Yeah. They almost made a combo order guide. So I like exactly how it's going to be. I hope that you can maybe like add your own combo, right? Basically list the different abilities and they'll be there, maybe even show cooldown, right? If I was PA, right? How about we have a window, we can drag the different abilities in for people learning and it shows the key input, like WRMB or Shift LMB and all that, and just like have that and it will then even go on cooldown and everything. Like that could be something. So that's what they're looking at as well here.
Combo guide on Notepad. So you can use it now. Almost done a whole.
Yeah. So the last Dev Talk they announced Old Moon Horse Racing ranked and also YA ranked. I think that's going to be like nice, fun bonus things. Honestly, I think that's just a good, fun addition to the game. Just having like sitting there, you can queue up for YA and have an actual ranked YA, and you don't have to like just play without asking somebody for a match. So still have the custom fights, right? Where you can just duel someone with YA, but just having sitting there, you are processing, you're doing alchemy or whatnot. Then just pop up, go and queue some ranked YA while doing it. I think that's actually gonna be great. I like that. It's just those nice small things. Okay, next up here, this is kind of big.
They said it before.
So again, for the last one, they talked about combining blackstones, so armor and weapon stones into one blackstone, and then also making elixir rotations and food rotations easier to do and improving it. They did talk about an infinite treasure item for elixir rotation, but yeah.
Right? But it is very old content and many things are related. So Jay want to be careful with it because it affects so many things, right? It even affects alchemy. It even affects cooking, right?
It does, yeah.
Gathering. If it affects cooking and alchemy, it affects gathering. It affects hunting. Like it affects everything, right? Careful on this. So Jay doesn't want to fix it in short time.
No, it should be something that takes time.
Fix it in short time. It will take some time. And class balance. There was Jay talked about a little bit about class balance. Sage, sword, ninja, wedge. That's what Jay talked about today. Sage, stamina, no protection problem, sword.
Okay, so I guess they're looking like the class balance stuff is definitely not over, right? There's a lot of stuff going to be happening still. They already announced it both for PvE and PvP. And I guess he's mentioned some specific here's. Let's take a look.
Moving skill.
So Sage, it has like stamina with no protection. I mean, Sage does have stamina issues, but I don't think it has no protection issues. And then Sorg, moving skill on PvE, PvP not easy. Yeah, I can see that, right? The moving around with damage. There's a lot of like moving and all that.
So hard to that makes so hard to play. And can any players confirm it? Very true. Some skill is not good to play. They said some skill, but I don't know it in English. And
okay, so it's probably there's a lot of useless skills on Ninja, and you have to switch a lot, right? On Awakening, you have to go like really deep into pre-Awakening quite often, if I'm not mistaken here. Also, as somebody that tried to learn Sock Ninja in 12 hours, from never having played it to entering a PvP tournament and only having 12 hours of practice and trying to figure the shit out. Yeah, it can be a very very tough class to jump on. So yeah, that's probably what they're referring to.
Like Jay didn't really say they are going to fix it. Jay said like 50% are on the feedback post.
Wow.
If you check the feedback post, just
50% on the feedback forums are class balance. Damn, it's almost like BDO as a game that evolves around awesome combat and characters and cool specs and classes. It's almost like people play the game a lot for the classes and they want to not suck. That's crazy. Who would have thought that?
Said like 50% are class balance posts. It's about class balancing. And Koreans complain a lot about class balancing. And yesterday there was add-on update, right?
Yeah, so I covered that in my Healthy and Bowl. My global app update, which is kind of huge. Absolutely massive.
Yesterday there was add-on update.
And they're gonna keep checking K update this week.
And last in Korea, yesterday add-on update on lab server, and last week we got damage update. This week. Is it this week? Yeah, this week we got damage update, most classes.
This Wednesday.
So they will keep check damage damage on last update in Korea to fix the problems. And evasion classes.
Alright, so here for the evasion classes, in-game spots, at all the new spots, the daycare spots and the Ulukita, etc., the mobs pretty much have 100% hit rate. So the evasion stat on the evasion gear doesn't actually work. It doesn't really matter. So the only survivability you have comes from DR. And obviously the DR items, Orgons and Bex, have a bit more DR. The boots have a lot more DR. The gloves is only 7, so it's not that big a deal. But it does mean that pretty much the evasion builds needed to get a pair of Orgons backup for PvE at those in-game spots. Otherwise, you just take too much damage. Which of course sucks, having to get potentially a C7, C9 pair of Orgons, etc. On the other hand, you could say it's a bit balanced in the sense that DR builds already need to get a Kudum for PvE, or rather they need a Nuba for PvP, where evasion builds, they just use Kudum or Blackstar for both PvP and PvE. So DR builds already need a bonus offhand. So is it really that unfair that evasion builds needed a bonus pair of boots? I don't know, but it's also one of those things that's been like that forever. So any changes to the status quo and people go up and down. So yeah, they're looking to change that a bit. They're gonna make it so evasion actually works for PvE. They're gonna buff it, and hopefully they'll find like a sweet spot where your full evasion setup is as tanky as your DR setup in PvE. That's obviously the most fair and best thing for the game, I would say. And there's also a quick note here about the damage notifications. So people always ask, because it's in many other games, right? Damage pop-ups. Damage numbers in the game, and they said no, and now they're explaining a bit why it's not happening, why it's on global lab but not on live servers, and it's optimization. With as many hits there is and all that stuff, it would affect the servers, and it would be terrible for optimization. And also there is the other aspect of people then trying to min-max more and gatekeeping others. Oh, you need to do X amount of DPS, otherwise you can't join the guild. So instead of just actually looking at the player and the performance, it would be easier just, oh, you don't have X amount of DPS, you can't enter the raid. So it's also a way of avoiding or minimizing gatekeeping a bit in video. So that's another reason they don't want it. And again, they're just explaining why it's happening. So yeah. Now one thing here is the one at the end. Let's see what the details on from Huey here.
On live server to check damage. I saw that pause on invent. I cannot find it anymore. But But now they will just copy and paste to not mistype on update note.
Oh yeah, so this is like sometimes there's mistakes in the actual patch notes in terms of the damage changes on abilities that happened for years, right? It happens once in a while. And then they make some updates on this button.
Damage. I saw that pause on invent. I cannot find it. He got banned. He said he got banned.
Okay.
On invent pause. Someone used hack tool to see the damage. He got banned. He said he got banned. He's not playing anymore. Maybe he got banned because he got banned. So he's sharing that post. That's why he's sharing that post. So because of that, like some people ask, but some people can use hack to check damage. Jay said, Jay can definitely catch hack players.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. That's what Jay said. It was so like confirmed it. We can catch the hack player. Is a item for.
Okay, so this is gonna be one of the big parts here is the Shai weapon stuff. On the global app, they added an upgrade for the Shai weapon for 35 monster AP, basically making it a mini Black Star, costing 10,000 Kafra stones. And now they're talking about some new plans for Shais, because people weren't happy, and for good reason. The reason that Shai players have been asking, or not even Shai, the player base have been asking for Black Star weapons for Shai isn't because of just getting the monster AP. The real reason is wanting a proper weapon, like an actual weapon. Not like you should get a free pin Black Star because you play Shai. It's make it a regular weapon, so when you have a Black Star, you can use it on your Shai. Like by tagging or moving it over so it doesn't get the same restrictions. That's what people wanted. If you play a Shai and you want to play another class as attack, well, you need to get a secondary weapon, right? You need to get a Black Star weapon. You potentially are gonna have to get another Gammoth Heart because you can't tag the one you have. And it goes both ways, both for people who want to tag a Shai, they need to now make a pin soul, and they potentially need a bonus Gammoth Heart. But also Shai players want to play other things. So that was really the concern. Now they are taking a look at that. And making some changes to be able to tech, but they're still not just pulling the plug and just making a regular weapon.
Or so. Other classes got. There was many complaints about Shai. I don't know how was in EU and NA.
Right. So here it's they're talking about the changes on global. Shai buffs didn't look that big, but then we got the add-on chains, which turbo buff Shai. Shai is looking like a big winner right now after the add-on chains and then also the 35 monster AP. But it still doesn't solve the fundamental issues of the weapon tagging.
And some people just don't like Shai. You know Shai haters, right? They just don't like Shai. Anything about Shai?
The biggest problem with Shai is that it's a mandatory class for a lot of things. It's for group content or PvP, PvE, it's a mandatory class. If you don't have a Shai and the enemy have a Shai, it's pretty much over. And we saw that in the tournament, right? I don't think there was a single match where a non-Shai team beat a Shai team. In both NA and EU combined. There might have been one, but I'm not even sure there was one. It's too strong in group content. Same with PvE content. Like, if you don't have a Shai for Olins or whatnot, you're just hardening.
Shai got upgrade item for soul. Other classes got skill damage buff, but Shai players complaining about upgrade item because it costs money.
Not what people complain about. Oh, people complain about them not solving the problems. The issue with the soul and why people complain about it is because it doesn't solve anything. If a Shai player still wants to play another class, they still need to have a Black Star on them. And now they also have to pay 30 billion silver for their own for their own Shai upgrade. And if somebody else want to play it, now they have to pay another 30 bill. The problem isn't the cost. The problem is that it doesn't solve any of the problems. It's just an additional tax for people that wants to have a Shai. tag or whatever, or tag something else and play Shai. So it's never the cost, it's all the stuff that is not fixed on it.
No plan on tagging Shai or Soul. But they will do like this. Hope you understand this picture, guys.
Okay.
Hope you understand this picture. This is before, and this is change, okay? This is previous, and this is change. Where should I go? Okay, this is before.
Yeah, so you can't tag the soul. We know that, right?
This is before, and this is change, okay? This is previous, and this is change. And Archina Soul is a talent weapon. Awakening weapon. Tagging awakening weapon is not possible. That's before, right?
Just make it look that.
New change. When there is if there is other classes awakening weapon on Shai's inventory, if there is awakening weapon in Shai's inventory.
So let's say that you're on your Shai and you have, say, your Dande, potentially Black Star as well. I'm not sure if that's a possibility. Potentially, I think it would work with Black Star as well. Then you can, on your Shai, you can take a Shai to another class. So you put a weapon in the inventory, and then it will. So say you have a Shai and you have a warrior weapon, right? You put it in the Shai inventory, and I believe what he's going to say here is that you can then tag, say, a Valkyrie, and the weapon in the inventory on the Shai will become then a Valkyrie weapon. So you can that way get a weapon tagged. So you don't have to. Basically, it means so you don't have to use a weapon exchange coupon. That's pretty much what it means. Otherwise, you would have to constantly use weapon exchange coupon on the awakening weapon.
Now you can tag awakening weapon.
Yeah.
If you
so this again, it still does not solve the issue of having Gammoth Hearts. Shais need another Gammoth Heart. It's still just a workaround. It's still, yeah. And this also does mean that the other way around don't work, which is what they kind of want. The next line that Hui is going to cover here kind of explains it. They don't want you to tag a Shai. They want Shais to be able to tag other classes. And the reason for that is pure brain rot.
You are Shai main. If you're Shai main, and if you want to tag other classes before, you couldn't tag awakening weapon. But now, if there is awakening weapon in Shai's inventory, you can tag other classes with Shai.
Okay, yeah.
But now it's you just need one Black Star weapon. It's for tagging.
Yeah, so the TLDR here, the only real change is you don't need weapon swap coupons anymore for Shai main if you want to try out different classes. Now you can actually just, whatever weapon you have, be it a Black Star weapon, then you can still tag another and it will get that one. So it's nice. It's a great change. But it's still, they're just doing everything they can to not fix the issue. That's literally what they're doing. They're finding every sort of workaround to not fix the actual issue. And the worst part is to give a reason for it. And it makes me so mad, that reason.
Event guy, not good for
Let's take a look at it. Okay.
That's what Jay said.
Here.
Jay
so the reasoning is this.
Jay doesn't really say. Jay said right now no plan on tagging Shai or so. Okay. And they said something about this. So Black Star weapon on Shai.
Yeah. So if there is a Black Star weapon for Shai, basically if other players can tag Shai, and everybody could just tag a Shai, right? Then 5 Shai party will be meta. So to improve grinding problem, they made upgrade item for soul, right? Well, if everybody could tag the Shai, and then everybody would do it, and everyone would be grinding 5-man party groups with Shais, wouldn't it be a good idea to fix Shais rather than just try and gatekeep people away from playing the class? If the reasoning for not allowing the Shai to be a regular tag and everything is that it's too powerful so they don't want you to play it unless you play it, then how about they fucking fix the class, dude? Nerf the goddamn party stuff. This is what we've been saying all along. How about you fix the class so you don't fuck over the people that play the class or people want to try to play it? Why is the Shai so uniquely special in this regard? Because, like, here's the thing. And this is super important to note. And this is why it really pisses me off. People will do it. If you are trying to fodder and play meta and min-max, all the super hardcore players, they just do it. Oh, you just gave them another 35 monster AP on the Shai? Well, guess what? They'll just make it. 10 billion silver? 30 billion silver? They'll just do it. They'll go through the hoops. They'll make a soul. They'll do it. The only people this is hurting is the more casual players, the people that just want to play the game, that want to play a Shai, that maybe want to try out a Shai. It's literally hurting the 99%. The people that he's worried about min-maxing and meta-playing, well, guess what? They're already going to do it. They will go through all those hoops you put out. Trying to gatekeep them, they're the ones that are going to open the fucking door. So you're shutting it in the face of the regular players instead of just nerfing the OP-ness in the group stuff. We've seen it time and time again how broken Shai is in anything that involves more than one player, PvE and PvP. Instead of nerfing that stuff down, buffing the Shai up where it needs to be, solving the fundamental issues, make it a real class so people can enjoy it and play it, they try to just gatekeep. It is wild. It is absolutely wild. Everyone would like it. And it's not like you have to kill the class or anything. Again, I talked about like Witch and Wizard. They have amazing group buffs. Heals, PA, speed spell, all that stuff. They work amazingly in group, but they're not broken in a 2v2 and 3v3 setup as long as there are more people. Shai is. So obviously it's turbo overtuned in the buffs and debuffs area. Tune that down and buff it elsewhere so it's a self-sustainable class in all the grind spots. It's crazy. And the worst thing is they showed they understand this. It just gets under my skin, PA. And I don't even want to play a Shai. I will never tag a Shai. It's not my thing. Like, I just don't care for it. Even though it's super OP, I could easily make a pin soul. I could easily afford getting the Black Star. It wouldn't be a big deal to me. I just don't want to play it. But still, it's just so annoying hearing them explain they understand the problems. And they're like, we understand the problem, so we're going to do nothing. We will literally not fix it. We'll do something else. Lord have mercy. Whew.
There was someone posted about convenience.
Jay will develop color dyeing presets, which is great. Everybody knows fashion is a true endgame, so that's nice. Color sharing needs a lot of work. That's pretty cool. So right now you can make like character presets in your face and body structure and all that, and upload it, and other people can download those. It looks like they're gonna be looking to do the same thing for dyeing costumes, color schemes and all that. I think that's gonna be really nice because I hate doing it, but I do like being dripped out. So that's awesome. Great. Yeah. More talented people making stuff that I can use for free. I love it. More, please.
It's a lot.
Sorry,
color dye share.
Outfit, no.
Store in Pearl Invent on next week. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And
speaking of developer stubbornness, how much do you want to bet that eventually they will be adding the Shai stuff to this list of them being stubborn?
I talked about this many times on my stream. Developers are stubborn. Yep. Like Koreans are complaining about it.
And the Shai thing is a cookie cutter example of this. There's been other ones.
How come developers are so stubborn? They don't listen to us. Even Koreans are saying it. You guys saying it a lot, right? Developers, they only listen to Korean, right? But
and the Koreans are saying they don't listen to us either.
Developers are not listening to us. For example, Draconian and Corsair. They said no gun class, but there is Corsair.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Almost same as gun. No Patron family inventory, but they did it.
They did okay. Just one caveat about that. They did actually say first that they would put potions in the family inventory, and then they said they weren't gonna do it, and never explained why. And then they came back like 2 years later and said, "Okay, we'll do it." So to be fair, they did start by saying it. So they're only stubborn when it's the wrong thing, apparently.
So what they said was when they make a new class, they want to make a interesting or like a totally different classes from previous classes.
No spoilers. I want to watch it myself later.
Like a noticeable.
I want to watch it later myself.
Difference is a noticeable class. They want to make a difference noticeable class.
Okay, so I have 2 notes about this because I this is something I covered in my shorts with the Necromancer class that PA announced that they were working on, and they talked about it here like in the interview, where they want to make unique classes to BDO, and they want to make classes be different and feel different from each other, which I love. Which also means that eventually you're gonna have to explore different ideas and avenues, and that's probably what they're gonna say here with the Corsair class. So they might originally have a plan about no gun classes in BDO, but then over time, right, that might change because now they found like a cool design or style that fits into the game. And I feel like Corsair fits into the game. It fits into the lore. It fits into the style. It's not like a gunslinger with like 2 guns and shooting and fucking rocket launchers. And they kind of found a BDO-ish way of making a gun class with Corsair. So I think that's what they're getting at here, that they're going to be stubborn, but they might change their opinion over time, depending on how the game is going and changing as well. Which is why, again, I think they like Shai will be added to this list here.
Gun class is hard to balance, and there will be a problem in story and timeline. Someday, but Jay says someday there may be gun class. I think Jay's really smart, right? To see it like this, because people are keep begging Jay to like make gun class. So Jay gives some like a possibility to those players, right? Maybe someday you might get it, right? So Jay,
I just want to say, I think 100% that they are already working on a gun class. I like. There's going to be borderline no chance that they aren't or haven't already explored kits and aesthetics and stuff like that for gun classes. Like a game like this and a combat like this, they must have easily 10 to 20 classes being worked on at any given point. Or at least concepts for them, or playing around. Because one of the things that was really interesting, I used to watch a lot of League of Legends stuff. And the devs like lots of interviews. I watch everything, and they talked about like having so many different stages of development for classes, and they were working like 50 different classes at any given time. And then some of them made it through and all that, and then others got scrapped, and then they took abilities from some classes that got scrapped and reworked them into another class that they were working on, made that fit there and all that. And I'm 100% convinced and sure that's also what's happening here. And the Necromancer stuff confirms it, by the way, with that interview where they are confirming it's one of the classes they work on. They work on multiple things. It doesn't mean that it's going to come to fruition. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It doesn't mean it's going to be a real class. But they are working and seeing all these classes to work. So of course they've been playing around with gun classes as well. They know it's popular. So maybe they might be able to find it if basically people want it, and then potentially with some sort of expansion, maybe some Magnus expansion, right? There'll be a warp in the timeline, and there'll be gun classes that make sense in terms of the story. Right? That's kind of what it's alluded to.
It's not fixed, guys. It's not fixed. It's just like Jay said, never pod on family inventory, right? But they made it, right? And they checked data. So
this is like them being stopped they're talking about as well, right? So they looked at stuff and all that and changed it, right? That's basically it.
The update is depend on time and situation. At that time, it wasn't possible because there was new player. For example, pod. There was new player when they said no pod in family inventory. But this, after Land of the Morning Light update in Korea, BDO player increase more than 2 times. That's like a miracle, guys.
Damn. Wait, double the player pace doing Land of the Morning Light? Yo, shout out to Lost Ark taking one to the knee at that point. Jesus. That's kind of
10
crazy.
years old game. Increase players 2 times. Amount of base player increased 2 times. Impossible, but it happened in Korea. And because of that happening, they changed some things
okay,
like
so
pod.
we're
going to talk about some sensitive thing.
Okay, here we go. PvP. So EA had announced that they had planned, and also I do want to give a shout out to myself for being correct here. If GM Laffy and Enlive is watching, I remember us having this lovely conversation, and guess who was correct? Well, it turns out it was me. So as I said back then, that PA had announced that they were planning on maybe changing the Ulicata region into a PvP zone, basically the bandit area, and if they ended up doing it, they would remove it from Valencia. And they were looking to do it after it was fully released, but now they're saying here that they are not doing it because, as I was saying, it would have to fit in. It would have to be something that worked out, and then they would probably do it. But it didn't. So yeah, they described the plans, which I said was a possibility. So I do want to just point out that I was actually correct, and that feels good because it doesn't happen very often. But anyway, there's too much stuff already going on. The grind spots are very hard. It's very stressful grinding for the flame, the telescopes, and all that stuff. So they don't want to make it into a PvP zone yet, even though I think that would be great. I think they should have done it. Because it's a high-end spot, and it just makes sense. If you're going to have like some sort of actual PvP zone in the game, then an in-game spot would be it, because at least if you're looking for PvP, and you're going to run out, and you're going to be a bandit or whatever, you know the people grinding that area are going to have gear. Whereas in the current place, it's in the Valencia region. So there's a lot of newer players, mid-gear players grinding Histria or whatnot, or new players grinding Has or Centaurs, right? And then it's going to be easier for high-gear players to go in and just murder everyone while being protected by the bandit zone. But having the bandit zone being in a high-gear spot, well, you would have to then contest and fight high gear players, so you wouldn't be gear checking them at least. I think that would be a good way of doing it.
And don't complain to me. Complain on official web, never to me, okay? PvP area was a Valencia and...
we covered that, right?
So Jay doesn't want to give the PvP.
Let me hear this.
Said. And even Koreans complained a lot. Okay, we're going to talk about PvP. These are people complained. Okay, we are going to talk about it.
Yeah, you guys been talking about this a lot, right? As well. It's the new hot topic in BDL.
The area you can kill other players.
Yeah.
It is okay.
Okay, so what are PvP areas? Is that RBF, etc.? Is that Arsha, or is it? I'm guessing the PvP area, so that could be the Valencia Desert, right? The bandit stuff, right? That's considered PvP area, right?
But still, some people got banned. That's what Korean viewers talked about. Korean players asked Jay, why they PvP in like a desert area, PvP area, and they got banned. Jay said it's not about PvP, it's about harassment.
Yeah, so there you go, right?
It was against TOS.
You're a bit off grinding it out than you are working on swiping anyway.
Because some people, like I
sold my CS. Oh shit, Rogu, right? I didn't even... Yeah, like in terms of competitive people spending money, how much money is spent on CSGO skins and they don't do anything? It's not like they give you more ammo in your AK. You don't need competitive advice. You just like fucking swipe, man.
Case like
people love spending money on video games.
Someone until they quit, right? Until they quit.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what Jay talked about. And then people were asked about like what is harassing?
Okay, so they're actually giving a bit of focus on what harassment is. And again, most of this should be self-explanatory. People know when they're pushing the line, but they're gonna pretend like they're not to. You know, like the same energy. You guys know this. You all know this. It's the exact same energy as the kid running on the hallways in school, being stopped by the teacher and like, don't run. It's like, oh, I wasn't running. I was just walking very fast. It's the exact same energy. They knew they were fucking running.
Saying that. Jay, what does term harassing means? Harassing is a continuously like a continuously happening on the same person.
Yeah.
They cannot tell you because it is personal problem on bad guy.
Yes, of course they can't share the details or like all the things they did, but they do compile a lot of evidence. They do go in and can check logs. It's not like PA don't have all the data on the back end, right, and can check these kind of things and verify and all that. Again, it's and I think this is the thing, right? This is the one where people purposely misconstrue what's going on these bans. Harassing continuously. So it's the continuously part. And that can mean many things. That could be over days. It can also be following many channels, like them trying to get away, but then following them and continuously being on them instead of all day swap. Basically, you leave, you lose, right? But you can't leave. So what you see some of these people doing is they'll just pretend like everything leading up to the ban didn't exist, and only the last action before the ban was the only thing that happened. But obviously there's more to it. It's continuously, and they reiterate that. It's in the TOS as well, right? And that's why, like, whenever you see these kind of things and people claiming and videos and clips and all that, remember, it's just like one side. It's just one moment of it. So for the people out there that just enjoy PvP and they do it and flag up, you can even go negative karma. It's as soon if you target one person, all that, like it's pretty common sense, guys.
Or they cannot tell you more details, because it's a personal problem on the bad guy. It's a private problem. Usually happen on you guys. You don't have to worry. Because it's a harassing and PvP. You know difference between PvP and harassing, right? Don't kill same person many times. If the player leave, don't chase it. That's harassing, right?
Yeah,
If you keep following many times, that's
you leave, you lose. If people leave, you let them leave. They're lost. You go about yourself.
PvP in BD, only fair PvP. That's why Jay didn't move PvP area Valencia to Ulukita, because still many complaints. I think Jay got still many complaints about PvP harassment. Okay, after that, people ask Jay like, what does PvP area mean then? Then why PvP area exists, right? Then why PvP area exists? Harassing, serious harassment, a warn. So if you get warned, you stop it, you will never get banned. But he got warned, he ignored, right? And the victim was suffered a lot.
There we go. Okay, so Carrick is also. It took apparently 3 years to develop the Carrick. Someone wanted to take off the tower back of Carrick. Oh, so they wanted to like change the visuals of it, and they're basically saying they're not going to be able to do that. They're working color presets for it, but it's very, very hard to change things with the Carrick, and apparently it took 3 years to develop. Are you crazy? That's wild.
Yeah. If they tell us a victim, it's a public execution, right? They will blame him, right? So like
so that was for the PvP stuff he was referring to.
Outfit on off is not easy. Some
That's
people
crazy,
want
dude.
to take off the tower,
I guess we can skip here a bit.
and some people complain like.
So now the stuff like their nighttime stuff. What's this one? I'm so sorry. I don't care about ocean
Adding
stuff at
something
all.
on Karok is very
I'm
hard.
doing my very best to
they
not
cannot
just
really
space out.
fix or change on Karok.
No, it's ocean stuff.
So first, they will work on looting problems on sea because it's too hard to see loot, right, on the sea. So like a cannon soldiers are complaining about like we are participating seas, but we get nothing, right? We get nothing.
Huh? Okay, so yeah, apparently Jay did Siege playing on Canon team. Believe it or not, the devs they actually have like hidden accounts and they play the game on their own private accounts and all. I know. And Jay apparently has an account as well, and he did Siege recently on a Canon. So he's really focused on improving Canon stuff. He talked about that last time as well, making hit indication better and all that. Yeah.
So Jay's thinking about guild master have a right to give title to player, their guild member, and thinking about.
So basically, like what they're saying is, there's nothing cool for Canon teams like Stormtrooper and all that you can play for and work on. But to be fair, that's not a thing for a lot of the support classes either, right? Like most classes can't get Stormtrooper or ultimate weapons or whatnot in Siege anyway. Like they're there as a support unit. They're there to do like is flanking, like important stuff. So is it really a big deal that Canon teams can't get it? It's like, yes, Shai, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, like notice cannon hit is first priority. Improving visibility for spotting your cannon hits, that would be amazing, right? So
Text like you got hit, you hit you damage the like you just damaged like building, you just
that would be kind of cool. Like you know how you have to kill notification pop up. They should make it so whenever you have like a hit with a cannon, it should like come up with whatever you hit. So gate and then like hit or something like that. So like a hit notification saying what it was you hit. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. And you just put it into that kill thingy. It would look great. It would feel good as well.
Damage.
I think they should do something like that.
Yeah. Like
the guild limitation, I think that easy to fix. They'll work on more content for guilds. That's kind of not a big deal. So next up, they talk about the pin names on items. They are not. They've said this in the past as well, so they're just reiterating a lot of that. Often they get the same questions, right, year after year. They could change it so your name on your pin items, if you were to change your family name, it would change the name on your pin items as well. But if they do that, then it would also change the name of any pin items that you had sold with your name on. So somebody else would suddenly have a name change on their item. And that's why they don't want to do it. They could do it, but they apparently can't figure out a way of only changing the names on the items you have in inventory, because I'm guessing in the coding, it's all connected to your family name at the time. So yeah, they're not looking to change that.
It is possible.
Okay, this one here is interesting.
Some problems are unlimited.
Over the last couple of years, they've really been pushing and adding capped node walls. So basically gear cap node walls T1 and so on, with the different gear caps, allowing players to participate in the big organized PvP with lower gear. But there's of course problems with that, especially min-maxing and all that. So let's hear what Jay has to say about this.
GS node war. You know what it means, right? I don't know perfect term for
it's the cap node.
Probably you will understand. Because of a limited limit, because of the limit, they
make optimized gear.
Best optimized set for limited GS node war.
So even though you limit gear, what are people going to do? They're going to min-max within the limits. So for example, HP is uncapped. Critical hit damage and stuff like that is uncapped. But these kind of items and that gives you the most of the stats that you can then stack, they are not normal. A lot of them are not part of your normal progression. So you want alternate items, you want side grade items, backup items, you want maybe switches with different enchants and stuff like that, niche items, and that is something, again, high gear players can afford, but a newer player will have to focus on the main gearing progression. And these gear cap stuff were intended for like newer players to have a way into PvP. Very truly, that's the biggest reason why we cannot have to change to family names. We cannot give up my nibble is caged outfit. Yeah, the greatest piece of gear. So that's what it's talking about, that people then min-max. Of course, there's other issues with it as well, but yeah.
Capped, yes. Because of the cap. Playing node war and complicated to play node to play.
Also because of add-ons, right? Some add-ons don't work, other add-ons are super important, and then you need to min-max your add-ons for the cap stuff to bypass the caps and all that. So it's not a plug and play, which I think they wanted it to be. And it can actually like add up a whole lot. It might be small numbers, but because the gear is capped, it's a big percentage change, being able to get maybe 5 more minus DP or something like that, right? It can add up 100 more HP. Well, that could be a big percentage of increase of survivability.
And new player cannot play it. Yep. This was for a new player, but said, new player cannot play it because if they don't know the cap or if they don't know a rule, it actually makes more hard for a new player. Fix one problem, make 2 problems. That's what happens always in BDO, right? Yeah, they try to fix a node war problem, so new player can join the node war. Because of capped node war.
So that's why I don't think it would happen, even though it would solve it, right? Also, it would probably be hard to code because now you're playing with instanced gear in the open world. So they couldn't even do it unless they made node wars and sieges instanced. Because then you would zone in and you would switch your gear to the preset, right? So there might also be a lot of like technical issues by using that system outside of an instance.
No problem. New player cannot join it. Not good at it, right? Jay's thinking of cap node war should be exist. There was the Jay said something like that. Is cap node war should be exist?
Yeah, it's a good question. They've been pushing a lot over the last couple of years of making less uncapped PvP. And node war was the big thing at the time, where they could limit it, but there's like other things happening. This might be a super hot take, because I like capped PvP. I like capped node wars and siege. I like them being there. However, think about it this way. What if they removed it and node war and sieges was purely uncapped? Only uncapped node war and sieges, right? That was the uncapped PvP. Great reward, great incentive to progress your gear, to participate in the different tiers. And obviously, hopefully the people with X amount of gear would be doing tier X, right? And then higher gear would be doing higher tiers, incentivized to do it. That would be great, right? That's the dream. Probably won't happen, but and then having other capped PvP. This is one of the things that I've been saying I think BDO needs to do, is have Arena of Solar RBF. Right, so I know people have been asking for trial gear RBF for ages. I don't think that's good. I think they should do Arena of Solar gear. So you can set up your Arena of Solar gear and you can queue into an RBF and everybody there would use Arena of Solar setup. So equalize gear in an RBF. And get the different options of doing this stuff. Other ways of getting capped or equalized PvP, and then having the node war, siege, and War of the Roses be the uncapped focused PvP content. I think that could work. I think it could work.
So they know the problem. It means they know the problem on cap node war. Okay, it means they know it now. Know it now. and they will think about how to solve this problem. And character balancing, like a volunteer was good for a while, right? Volunteer was a good character. They made more seller slots, right? Slots helped to balance character differences, but still need more balancing. Jay will work on character balancing. Auto path, they removed the reef.
Right, let's get to the big stuff.
While Ryan will try to make a new character outfit, I think.
The quality of life
things. They will
things.
make a last cooldown on Black Spirit's adventure. Thinking of auto
dicing while riding horses and things like that. Yes, please. Like, oh my god. How many of you guys have like 500 to 1,000 dice or more just sitting there? Man, it's just, yeah. For the rewards, it's just not worth the time and effort. It's the same with a lot of these like daily quests. It's like, yeah, it's worth it. It doesn't take that long, but in relative to everything, it's like you can't be asked with it anymore. This will die as well in boat. Yeah, like that's what you. But that's what I'm saying. Like auto dicing, doing it more and everything. It would be nice.
Dice roll while riding horse.
Okay.
So not possible. Stack.
What? Wait, what?
No cooldown effect. Server. So not possible.
No! We're missing the detail. It won't happen. He explained why it won't happen. Oh, that's classic. See, this is why we're watching Hui, to get all the details in there. All right. Well, there we go. There goes the happy days.
Stacking seed for crop. This is a farming outfit.
Yeah. Oh, that farming outfit. Yeah.
And new farming outfit. You can buy on per shop.
There's some sick things here coming, by the way. So yeah, we're gonna try and go through some of this stuff a bit quicker, and then get to some other really cool stuff here. Total for other items, so it's not easy, but we'll try. Like stacking seed items, okay. Thinking about life skilling easier and minigame is difficult. Just like it was with catching horses. So mainly they're talking about butchering and gathering. The gathering minigame is so dumb. Now, luckily, I have a photogenic memory, so I have no issues with it. In other words, I get the minigame, I take a photo, and I can remember it. It's very easy, but it's also annoying having to sit there and tap in and out to go into my snipping tool and then screenshot the shit, right? Other people, they probably don't realize this, so it's oftentimes impossible. I hate that minigame. So yeah, great. Looking to change that, thank the Lord. It's a terrible idea for a minigame. I know a lot of people that are doing bear gathering, they turn off the minigame just because it's so annoying to do. And the rewards is like, whatever, yeah. They're also talking a guild quest here. So I actually been doing some guild quests for life skilling, right? For alchemy specifically. So yeah.
Okay, the question was a low 1 guild member can do guild quest. Jay said it is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard to do.
So like there's one guy running all the guild quests. I guess that's what we're talking about. Yeah. The guild is a Unity thing, and also surprisingly enough, people apparently RMT'd for doing guild quests. I mean, you get some silver, right? So I guess in that way, you could trade, like buy guild quest to get the silver, get somebody to do it or whatnot. So I guess, yeah, they literally disable the stuff because of RMT. That's wild. That's wild, yeah.
Latent aura.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So again, with the latent auras, when you kill boss, you get like these boss auras. Hopefully they would buff them, but instead they're just gonna do it so you can get them all at one NPC. So you can just go to one NPC and turn in all of them. So it's quality life update. That's great. Okay, this here is what I talked about a bit earlier that I remember having read. So this might be Giga, and it might be something coming up in terms with Calcium Ball. I've said this in the past as well, right? Where we're looking for the next tier of gear. We got full Fallen Guard stuff, we got Black Star weapons, and we have full debos when we get the rings. Rings are going to come eventually, right? So we're looking at a full sheet of gear that is at a higher tier than anything else, right? And if we already have that, well, then they kind of have to make something new on top of that. And that's also where I'm thinking, like, maybe they will change the enhancing system for this. Because a lot of people don't like the enhancing system, the crunch stoning and all that. And they also made some adjustments with different ways of doing it, Kaffir Stones upgrade and all that. But they would never remove and change old systems, but they might change it for new systems. So there could be something happening with how you upgrade, right?
Now you can only, with one NPC, you can change all the... It's good, right? Good patch. Enhancing weight problem, okay. After you get some gear, it is more difficult to enhance.
So, right, basically, currently, crunch stones is very much for the in-game stuff, right? And earlier progression is obviously easier, and then current in-game, like, you need crunch stones, that's it. You need crunch stones, you have to use crunch stones for the dibbles, you have to use it for the Fallen Guard, potentially for your Black Stars and all that. Like, these hard in-game items, it's basic crunch stones you need. You don't need a lot of it enhancing resources, and you get the stack and you just tap. Right.
For example, Chrome. Right? You need Chrome.
Yeah,
and preparing something, when it is ready, Jill will tell us.
So this could be
PD
huge,
item for enhancing? Like a PD item or PD system for enhancing? Possible. Oh my god, that's possible. Because some people tries more than 100 times on Black Star weapon.
Yeah.
Preparing a 10% coupon for costumes. Some people wanted like can you make you buy like a more ore and logs at once? Like a one click, you can buy like a...
yeah, so this is another thing, like the amount of stuff you can buy in the marketplace is something the PA do look at. An example would be the Abyssal Essence. You can buy 10 at a time. And it's annoying if you want to buy, say, 100 or 1,000 to make potions, right? But it is also because they don't want somebody to just easily... Like, it's so boring buying it out. And even though you could buy it all out, it's going to take time. And then you're like, whatever, I don't bother. So that's literally the reason why it's like that. He's going to look at it. They're going to check the data and make adjustments if needed. They're also talking about the daily quests, right? Again, a lot of these daily quests were great, but the relative value of them goes down over time, and then it's just too much hassle for too little effort. If there were to 7x the rewards, then people would do it once a week, right? Make it a once a week thing, 7x the reward. Oh, great, now it's worth doing again. I don't know if that's what they're going to do with like the Lara daily quest, but it could be something like that.
Saying or like a upgrade.
So here we go, like motivation for growth, and we talked a bit about that with the PvP as well. Uncapped PvP is a great motivation to want to progress your gear and like grow your character.
It's a grow and upgrade, I think. Okay, so PvP war rose and more silver on red battlefield. PvE end game grinding spot. That's all the motivations for PvP and PvE content. So they are making some challenge content. They didn't say any details, just a challenge content. That's all.
But again, if they increase the value of PvP and the reason to do uncapped PvP, then that would be a motivation. You can ask anyone if they've done like a tournament. Whenever there's like an uncapped tournament announced, anyone that enjoys that kind of stuff, it's the highest motivation to work on your gear, put in those extra hours. I mean, hell, it made Armin go out and grind. For crying out loud. I think Armin made more gains in those like 2 months than he did in the previous 2 years. For real, probably his high playtime leading up to it. So it can be a great motivation. So yeah, there you go.
They are preparing something for motivating you to upgrade or grow up.
Ninja questions every time? Yeah.
Crystal invent slot. Like people ask, more crystal invent slots, please. Life skill need a lot of crystals, yes. And they are preparing something.
Easy. I've said this a million times. I'll say it 1,000,001. Make same crystals stack in the crystal inventory. So if you have multiple of the same crystal, just like with your artifacts in the artifact inventory, just make them stack. So if you have, say, 16 cooking mastery, they don't take up 16 slots, they take up 1 slot, and you have 16 in that. We literally just solve it. We don't need more crystal slots, we need to just make the same crystal stack. And we actually did some counting, and your regular run-of-the-hill crystal setup, without factoring in life skilling stuff, but just your regular stuff, you would get around 20 more free slots if they did that. Just by the amount of double crystals, like double corrupted, double darkness, your 4 Hooms, 4 Macas, all this, it would be like 20, 22 more crystal slots most people would get. It would just literally solve the problem.
For it. From Pearl Shop.
Of course, always ninja questions. Here, this is the big one. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been looking for here.
Quinn. We'll work on it.
Furniture buff on tent. And the response from Jay is, that's a good idea. They will work on it, but there's some problems, but he'll try his best. So being able to potentially put furnitures into your tent so you can use them when you're out. Amazing. We'd love to see it. Of course, it would be nice with the church buff as well, but they do last 5 hours, so it's less of an issue. But yeah, nice. That was people used to ask for all the time with church buffs. And here, another big one, which we've been talking about as well recently. Karanda and Kudum Heart sellable. So they're saying here, Simple Alchemy were worth when they were first released, and it will be sellable. And Kudum Heart will be sellable as well. So I believe you can destroy the Karanda Heart with Simple Alchemy for some resource. I don't remember what it is, but basically completely useless to do. But yeah, they're going to make the Karanda and Kudum Heart sellable, which is a bit like having the Khan Heart instead of the Vel's Heart. I like it personally. I think it would be great having potentially a Karanda Heart for a life skiller if you don't want to spend 20 billion silver of a Gammoth Heart, if that's even obtainable. So there you go, yeah. Karanda Kudum's Heart will be sellable. So as somebody that's looking for a Karanda Heart for my life skiller, amazing. Obviously, I would love a Gammoth, but I don't think that's realistic. So this is huge. Big W. I love it. Also, I have a Kudum Heart that I can sell if somebody needs that, right? That is absolutely great.
Furniture buff, you have to go back to your go back to, you have to get,
okay.
Making mill and elixir problem is working on it because.
So this was something they talked about last time in the last one, where they were going over potentially making treasure items that gives you full elixir rotations. They were also talking about making updated drafts that would have all elixirs in them. So currently a draft is like a sort of combination of different buffs and elixirs, but it's obviously a worse version. So if you want to do the full powerful, you need to do a full elixir rotation. But it's very annoying, even with the auto-popping fairy, etc., to have to do it. It takes a long time and all that. So they did talk about making updated draft as well, which potentially would be like combining multiple elixirs into a full elixir rotation with one click. So they're still working on it. There is some issues with it because it, of course, affects the life skill and not just cooking and alchemy, but also gathering and hunting and so on and so forth. So nothing is confirmed with that, and we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so this is the leak stuff. Okay, what's this here? I actually wanted 7K Pro, but that was a different event, Muffin. They had a similar event to this one specifically, where you like a raffle. I actually wanted 7K Pros too. I have not seen this, by the way.
뭐 없잖아요.
네.
그래서 이제 관심이 없어진다 뭐 이런 부분 인지해서 지난 심야 토크 때 제가 이제 PvP 콘텐츠를
Oh, the script was leaked. Oh.
해도 수익이 있고 경험치도 얻을 수 있게.
There was a leaked information during official stream. Moderators.
Oh, they opened the wrong, they tapped into the wrong thing on the
Showed script by mistake. This is the script, and someone asks for merge live crystals. On official stream, Jay said he will think about it. But there's more information about that on script.
Is the volume okay?
On Coffin Ball, Life XP crystals will be merged, and Life Mastery crystal will be merged too. If you have leftover crystals, it will be refunded in silver. This information is only from leaked script, and PA didn't say anything about it yet.
Wait, this is going to fix... Oh my god, this is the crystal presets! Wait, this is even better for presets! Right? Because even though the crystal inventory is still gonna take up like 28 or 30 spots, well, you only need 2 crystal presets, one for mastery, one for XP, and you have it for all. So you don't need a preset for cooking, alchemy, gardening, I don't know, hunting, skydiving, mountain climbing, arena of bloods. Or, wait, no, sorry. I got caught away there for a moment. You guys know what I mean, right? You just need 1. That's great. Yeah. Awesome. That's okay. Fingers crossed. PA, do that. Do that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Big shout out to Hui for providing all of this. And we'll be covering the next one. That should be a Dev Talk coming up very soon. And if you guys want to be there, then check me out at the Twitch stream /Prime. And leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll see you all in the next one.